Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of testing us. Sometimes it breaks us. Sometimes it pushes us so hard that we start questioning our worth. And often, we let our imperfections define us, forgetting that our true power lies in embracing them. I want to tell you something today. You are enough just as you are. The scars you carry, the mistakes you've made, the weaknesses you think you have, none of them can stop you from chasing your dreams. Your imperfections do not make you less. They make you human. And what a beautiful thing it is to be human. There was a time when I thought my dreams were over. When life took away my ability to walk, I believed it had taken away my future too. But that was a lie, I told myself. The truth is, no setback, no imperfection, and no struggle can take away the fire inside you. The only person who can stop you from achieving your dreams is you. You see, we often think we need to be perfect to succeed. We wait for the right moment, the right circumstances, the perfect version of ourselves. But perfection is an illusion. It is our flaws, our struggles, and our resilience that make our dreams meaningful. So I ask you today, what is stopping you? Is it the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of not being good enough? Let me tell you, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every great story, every inspiring journey begins with failure. Your imperfections are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. They are the reason you will rise, the reason you will inspire, and the reason you will achieve something extraordinary. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for life to be easy. Start now with your imperfections, with your doubts, and with your whole heart. Focus on your dreams, not on what you think is holding you back. Because when you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you too. Imperfections are often seen as weaknesses, as things that hold us back from achieving our goals. Society has conditioned us to believe that we need to fit into a certain mold, to be flawless in order to be worthy of success and happiness. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. It is an unattainable standard that only leads to self-doubt and disappointment. When we constantly strive for perfection, we set ourselves up for failure because no matter how much we try, we will always find something that we believe is not good enough. The idea that flaws and imperfections make us less valuable is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. The most beautiful stories, the most inspiring journeys, and the most powerful successes often come from those who have embraced their imperfections. They did not let their struggles define them. Instead, they used them as fuel to keep moving forward. Imperfections are not something to be ashamed of. They are proof of resilience, strength, and growth. Every scar, every mistake, and every hardship carries a lesson. It is through these lessons that we evolve into the people we are meant to be. Yet, many of us spend so much time trying to hide what we believe are our weaknesses. We hesitate to chase our dreams because we think we are not ready, not talented enough, or not good enough. We compare ourselves to others who seem to have it all together, forgetting that everyone has their own struggles, their own imperfections that they may not show to the world. No one is truly flawless, and those who achieve great things do not do so because they are perfect, but because they refuse to let their imperfections hold them back. There is power in vulnerability. When we embrace our flaws instead of running from them, we allow ourselves to be authentic. We allow ourselves to be real. People connect with realness, not perfection. It is our struggles and imperfections that make us relatable, that make our stories worth telling. The people who inspire the world are not those who have never failed, but those who have failed and risen again. Those who have embraced their scars and turned them into symbols of strength. Imperfections should never be seen as limitations. They should be seen as opportunities for growth. Every time we face a challenge, every time we stumble, we gain experience, we gain wisdom, and most importantly, we gain resilience. Resilience is not built through ease. It is built through struggle. It is built through learning to accept that imperfection is not part of life and that it does not make us any less worthy of happiness and success. The world does not need more people who pretend to be perfect. It needs more people who are willing to be themselves, to stand in their truth, and to show that imperfection is not a weakness, but a strength. When we stop chasing the illusion of perfection, we free ourselves from the fear of failure. We stop holding back and we start living. We start creating, dreaming, and believing in our potential. One of the most empowering things we can do is shift our mindset from seeing imperfections as flaws to seeing them as parts of our unique journey. We need to learn to celebrate the things that make us different, the things that set us apart, because it is often the things we think are our greatest weaknesses that turn out to be our greatest strengths. The sooner we stop fighting our imperfections and start embracing them, the sooner we unlock our true potential. Dreams are the foundation of everything extraordinary. They are the whispers of possibility that tell us there is something greater waiting for us. From the time we are children, we are encouraged to dream, to imagine a future filled with endless potential. But as we grow older, the world starts placing limitations on those dreams. We begin to hear voices, both external and internal, telling us to be realistic, to lower our expectations, to accept that some things are just out of reach. Over time, many people stop dreaming altogether, not because they don't have the ability to achieve their goals, but because they have convinced themselves that those dreams are too big, too ambitious, or too impossible. The truth is, there are no limits except the ones we impose on ourselves. Every person who has ever achieved something remarkable started with nothing but a dream. They did not have all the answers, nor did they have a perfect plan, but they had a vision, and that was enough to keep them moving forward. Dreams do not require certainty. They only require belief. The belief that no matter how difficult the path may be, no matter how many obstacles stand in the way, there is always a way forward. Society often teaches us to focus on what is practical, to choose security over passion, and to follow a path that is already paved. But the greatest achievements in history were made by those who dared to step outside the boundaries of what was considered possible. They refused to accept limitations, even when the world told them they were aiming too high. They did not let their circumstances define them. Instead, they used their dreams as a guiding light, pushing through challenges and setbacks with unwavering determination. Many people give up on their dreams not because they lack talent or capability, but because they fear failure. They fear the judgment of others, the disappointment of falling short, and the uncertainty of the unknown. But failure is not the enemy of success. It is a part of it. Every failure is a lesson, every setback a stepping stone. The only true failure is never trying at all. Those who achieve their dreams are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to give up no matter how many times they fall. One of the biggest mistakes we make is waiting for the right moment to chase our dreams. We tell ourselves that we need to be better prepared, that we need more resources, that we need to be stronger or more experienced before we begin. But the perfect moment does not exist. If we keep waiting, we will spend our entire life standing on the sidelines, watching others live the life we once imagined for ourselves. The best time to start is now, with whatever we have, wherever we are. Chasing a dream is not about knowing every step of the journey. It is about taking the first step and trusting that the rest of the path will reveal itself along the way. The road will not always be easy. There will be struggles, doubts, and moments of frustration. But every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, makes the dream even more meaningful. The struggles shape us into the person we need to become in order to reach our goals. They teach us resilience, patience, and perseverance. Doubts will always try to creep in, whispering that the dream is too big, that the journey is too difficult, but doubt is only as powerful as we allow it to be. When we shift our focus from fear to faith, from hesitation to action, we realize that we are far more capable than we ever imagined. The limits we once saw begin to fade, and possibilities begin to unfold in ways we never expected. Dreams do not have to make sense to everyone. They do not have to be understood or approved by others. The only thing that matters is that they make sense to the person who holds them. It is easy to let the opinions of others dictate what we should or should not do, but at the end of the day, the only person who truly knows what is possible is the one who dares to try. When we focus on our dreams, we stop seeking validation from the outside world and start finding strength within ourselves. We learn to trust our instincts, to believe in our abilities, and to keep moving forward, no matter how uncertain the path may seem. Failure is often seen as something to fear, but the reality is that failure is inevitable. No one who has ever achieved greatness has done so without experiencing setbacks along the way. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of success. It teaches lessons, builds resilience, and forces growth in ways that easy victories never could. Every failure carries within it a hidden opportunity to learn, to improve, and to come back strong. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than they have succeeded, but the difference is that they never allowed failure to define them. They saw it as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. The only real failure is simply a lesson leading to eventual success. Judgment from others is another fear that holds many people back. The fear of what people might say, how they might react, or whether they will approve often stops dreams before they even begin. But the truth is, no matter what a person does, there will always be critics. There will always be people who doubt, who discourage, and who fail to see the vision. Seeking validation from others is a never-ending cycle that only leads to self-doubt. The moment a person realizes that their worth is not determined by the opinions of others is the moment they truly become free to pursue their dreams. The people who judge are often the ones who never had the courage to chase their own dreams. They project their fears onto others because they themselves were too afraid to take the risks necessary to achieve something great. The opinions of others should never have the power to dictate the course of a person's life. Fear thrives on uncertainty. The unknown can be terrifying because it does not come with guarantees. But staying within the comfort zone is not the solution. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every success story begins with someone who was willing to step into the unknown without knowing exactly what would happen. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who do not is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward despite it. Courage is not about eliminating fear, it is about acting in spite of it. Every person who has ever done something meaningful has felt fear. The difference is that they did not let it control them. They acknowledged it, but they did not allow it to dictate their choices. They understood that fear is simply a test, a challenge that must be overcome in order to reach the next level. The mind has a way of exaggerating risks, making them seem bigger than they really are. Most of the things people fear never actually happen, and even when they do, they are never as catastrophic as they imagined. The only way to truly conquer fear is to face it head on. Action is the antidote to fear. The more a person takes steps toward their goals, the weaker fear becomes. The more they expose themselves to challenges, the more they realize that fear was never as powerful as it seemed. Confidence is built through experience, and experience only comes from taking action. Sitting still and overthinking only gives fear more power. Moving forward, even in small steps, is what diminishes it. The moment a person decides that fear will no longer control them is the moment they take back their power. Fear may always be present, but it does not have to be in control. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to start pursuing their dreams. They wait until they feel completely prepared, until every circumstance aligns in their favor, until they have enough resources, enough experience, or enough confidence. But the truth is, the perfect moment does not exist. If someone waits for everything to be just right, they will never take the first step. Life is constantly changing, and waiting for an ideal situation only delays the journey. Those who achieve their dreams are not the ones who had everything figured out before they started. They are the ones who started despite uncertainty, despite doubt, despite imperfections. The belief that one must be fully ready before taking action is a misconception that keeps people stuck. There will always be gaps in knowledge, moments of hesitation, and fears of the unknown. But growth does not happen before action. It happens through action. No matter how small, is what sets the process in motion. Every successful person began with uncertainty. They did not have all the answers, but they took the leap anyway. They learned along the way, adapted to challenges, and built their confidence through experience. One of the greatest obstacles people face is the idea that they need to be perfect before they begin. They think they must eliminate every weakness, master every skill, and gain complete confidence before they can move forward. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it only leads to stagnation. No one starts as an expert. Every master was once a beginner. Every leader once felt uncertain, and every success story began with someone who took a step before they felt ready. The best way to learn is by doing. Mistakes will happen, but they are not signs of failure. They are opportunities to improve. Progress is more important than perfection, and taking imperfect action is better than taking no action at all. Fear often disguises itself as preparation. People convince themselves that they are not procrastinating, but simply waiting for the right moment. They tell themselves they need more time, more planning, more training before they begin. But deep down, it is fear holding them back. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside of their comfort zone. The only way to overcome this fear is to take action despite it. The moment one starts, the fear begins to fade. Momentum builds, confidence grows, and what once seemed impossible starts to feel achievable. It is easy to look at others who have already achieved success and assume they had everything they needed from the start. But behind every success story is a journey filled with uncertainty, trial and error, and persistence. No one had all the resources, knowledge, or skills before they started. They gained them along the way. They took risks, made mistakes, and kept moving forward despite obstacles. The key is to start where you are with what you have and trust that everything else will come in time. Opportunities do not always come with a clear invitation. Sometimes they appear disguised as challenges. Sometimes they require a leap of faith. Those who wait for opportunities to come to them often find themselves waiting forever. But those who take action, who create their own opportunities, who say yes before they feel ready, are the ones who move forward. The willingness to start even when things are uncertain is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only talk about them. Overthinking can be one of the biggest barriers to progress. The more someone analyzes, the more reasons they will find to delay. The mind will always try to find excuses, reasons why now is not the right time. But action breaks the cycle of overthinking. Taking the first step, no matter how small, disrupts the pattern of hesitation. Once movement begins, things start falling into place. Clarity comes through action, not before it. Starting does not mean having everything figured out. It means taking one step in the direction of a goal, even if that step is small. It means trusting that learning will happen along the way. Every great achievement started with a decision to begin, without certainty, without guarantees. The only way to know what is possible is to take action and find out. Life is filled with struggles, challenges, and setbacks that test a person's strength and determination. Every individual faces obstacles at some point, and these hardships often feel overwhelming. It is easy to believe that struggles are a sign of weakness or failure, but in reality, they are opportunities for growth. Difficulties are not meant to build resilience, patience, and inner strength. The way a person chooses to respond to challenges determines whether they will be held back by them or rise above them. Pain and hardship are unavoidable parts of life. No one is exempt from struggles, no matter how successful, talented, or privileged they may be. Some challenges come unexpectedly, changing the course of life in ways that were never planned. Others are ongoing battles that require endurance and perseverance. When faced with difficulty, the natural reaction is often to feel defeated, to question why such struggles have appeared, and to wonder if they will ever end. But within every challenge lies a lesson, a chance to become stronger and wiser. Many of the most inspiring stories in history belong to those who turned their struggles into their greatest strengths. These individuals did not allow their pain to define them. Instead, they used it as fuel to push forward, to create change, and to inspire others. They understood that obstacles were not the end of their journey, but rather a part of it. Hardships force people to dig deep, to discover strength they never knew they had, and to develop the resilience needed to overcome even the most difficult situations. Difficulties reveal the true character of a person. When everything is going well, it is easy to feel confident, motivated, and positive. But when things fall apart, when plans fail, and when life becomes uncertain, that is when true strength is tested. Struggles have a way of bringing out hidden potential. They force people to adapt, to think differently, and to find solutions they never considered before. Growth does not happen in comfort. It happens in adversity. Strength is not built in moments of ease, but in moments of hardship. One of the biggest mistakes people make is viewing struggles as permanent. In difficult moments, it may seem as though the pain will never end, that the challenge is too great to overcome. But nothing in life is permanent, not success, not failure, not struggles. Every storm eventually passes. The key is to keep moving forward, to take each challenge one step at a time, and to believe that there is a way through even the darkest time. Strength is built by facing struggles head-on, by refusing to give up even when the path is unclear. It is important to understand that struggles do not mean failure. Too often, people associate hardship with a lack of success. They believe that if they are facing challenges, it means they are not good enough, or that they are on the wrong path. But struggles do not mean that a person is failing. They mean that they are growing. Every challenge faced is proof of effort, proof of perseverance, and proof of the courage to keep going. The only real failure is choosing to stop trying. Challenges also teach valuable lessons. They provide insight, wisdom, and understanding that cannot be gained through success alone. Every struggle carries a message, a lesson waiting to be learned. Sometimes these lessons are painful, but they are necessary for personal development. They shape a person into someone stronger, more capable, and more prepared for future opportunities. The experiences gained through hardship often become the foundation for success later in life. Hardships also have a way of bringing clarity. In the midst of struggle, people often discover what truly matters to them. They find their deepest passions, their strongest motivations, and their true purpose. Struggles strip away the unnecessary distractions and force people to focus on what is most important. They push people to reevaluate their goals, to change their perspectives, and to find new ways of achieving their dreams. Even the most difficult struggles can lead to something beautiful. Many people who have faced unimaginable hardships have gone on to use their experiences to help others. They turn their pain into purpose, using their stories to inspire, uplift, and guide those who may be facing similar difficulties. Strength is not just about overcoming struggles for oneself. It is also about using that strength to make a difference in the lives of others.